Mercedes-Benz 600 W100 Grosser is not just a car, but a phenomenon that combined the pinnacle of 1960s engineering, a symbol of power and luxury, and dark pages of world history. Appearing in 1963 as Mercedes-Benz's flagship limousine, the Grosser became the embodiment of a dream of unparalleled comfort and status. But its fate intertwined with dictators, rock stars, and shadowy deals of the Cold War. This monolithic history reveals all facets of the legend, from the idea's inception in post-war Germany to today's auctions where examples fetch millions of dollars. Chapter 1. The Birth of Grosser. From post-war miracle to symbol of Mercedes' revival. In the 1950s, Mercedes-Benz was experiencing an era of triumph. After the devastation of World War II, the company under the leadership of Maximilian Hoflinger and Rudolf Uhlenhaut returned to the top thanks to legendary winged 300 SL Gullwing and W189 Adenauer series. But the flagship 300 Adenauer limousine was already outdated. The world demanded something grandiose, capable of eclipsing American landaulettes like Cadillac and Lincoln Continental. In 1957, at the Frankfurt Motor Show, Mercedes announced the W100 project, the internal code name for the future Grosser. Development began in 1959 under chief engineer Fritz Nallinger. The goal was ambitious: to create the world's safest, fastest, and most luxurious limousine. The chassis was based on the W111 fintail platform, but extended by 40 centimeters, with a 3,200mm wheelbase. The body was designed by Paul Braque, a French designer whose lines blended Baroque strictness with the American flair of the 60s. The premiere took place on October 18, 1963, at the Frankfurt Motor Show. The press exploded. Length 5.54 meters, width 1.887 meters, empty weight 2,660 kilograms. The price in Germany started at 47,000 marks, equivalent to $200,000 today, making it more expensive than the Rolls-Royce Phantom 5. Mercedes positioned the 600 as a car for heads of state. The first order came from Pope Paul VI, a special Pope-mobile with enhanced protection. By 1964, production was in full swing at the Stuttgart Sindelfingen plant. A total of 2,677 units were produced over 12 years, 1963 to 1972, extended to 1981 for special versions. But behind the glamour were challenges. The Airmatic hydro-pneumatic suspension, the first in production cars, tormented engineers with prototypes, and the 6.3 liters V8, 250 horsepower, 250 Newton-meters, required a complete transmission overhaul. The Grosser became a test of endurance for Mercedes, and they passed it brilliantly. Chapter 2. Technical Revolution. The heart, brain, and armor of the Grosser. Under the hood roared the M100, Mercedes' first aluminum V8, displacing 6,330 cubic centimeter cubic. Cast iron cylinder blocks, but a lightweight aluminum bed plate. One overhead camshaft per bank, 16 valves, Bosch mechanical fuel injection. Power: 250 horsepower at 4,000 RPM, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 11 seconds. Top speed 200 kilometers per hour, limited. But the real magic was in the transmission. A 4-speed Mercedes Hydromatic Automatic, developed with GM, with vacuum control. It allowed the driver to manually shift gears via steering wheel paddles, a rarity for the 60s. The Airmatic suspension was a breakthrough. Hydro-pneumatic struts on all wheels, self-leveling under load, with gas-filled reservoirs. It provided a floating ride even on 20-inch tires, 315/85 R20 rear. Brakes: ventilated discs on all wheels with an ABS predecessor, electronic pressure control. Steering: power assisted with variable ratio, 3.6 to 1 in the center. Electrics: 252 relays, 1,000 wires, central locking, power windows on all doors, thermotronic climate control, automatically adjusted temperature. The interior was a palace: Bavarian leather, Zebrano wood, Bar with crystal and silver, optional. Fold-out tables, television, in special versions, telephone. Rear bench for 4, with massage and heating. Armored versions, Pullman limousine, had 8mm glass, reinforced steel body at 30 kilograms per square meter, and a 130 dB siren. Safety ahead of its time. Crumple zones, 3-point belts, optional. Dual brake circuits. The Grosser didn't just drive, it isolated from the world, creating an illusion of invulnerability. Chapter 3. Owners from the Shadows. Dictators, kings, and rock and roll. The Grosser became a magnet for the elite. Politicians. Hugo Banzer, Bolivia, ordered a fleet of 14. Idi Amin, Uganda, rode in a gold version. Mao Zedong had 10 in Beijing. Andrei Gromyko, USSR, drove an armored 600 in New York. Monarchs. King Hussein of Jordan, 33 units. Shah of Iran, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, favorite with Persian ornament. Pope Paul VI, white, Pope-mobile. Rock stars added glamour. John Lennon bought a black 600 for $140,000 in 1966, covered it in white pigment paint with black John Lennon and The Beatles lettering. The car became part of the psychedelic era. Lennon drove it to Los Angeles clubs until selling it in 1970. Elvis Presley ordered a Pullman guard with minibar and TV. Mick Jagger, Rolling Stones, had a silver Landaulet cabriolet. Even Coco Chanel chose the 600 as the last stylish limousine. Scandals were inevitable. Idi Amin's car was used for executions. Victims dumped into the Nile from the trunk. The Shah of Iran's 600 featured in parades before the 1979 revolution. Gromyko's Grosser symbolized détente. Americans joked the Soviet minister could out-negotiate anyone from such a tank. U.S. President Nixon tested the 600 for the Secret Service, but chose Lincoln. Chapter 4. Era and competitors. Grosser against the world. In the 1960s, the limousine market was boiling. Americans dominated. Cadillac Fleetwood 75, 6.8 meters long, 8.2 liters V8, 400 horsepower. Lincoln Continental, suicide doors. Rolls-Royce Phantom Phi was quieter but slower, 6.2 liters, 220 horsepower. Ferrari 330 GT 2+2 lacked comfort but won in drive. The Grosser stood out for reliability. No failures per 100,000 kilometers, standard for M100. Cultural context. The 60s, era of Kennedy assassination. Lincoln became the death car, Beatles, and Woodstock. Mercedes embodied German precision against American glitz. In films, Grosser appeared in Man of La Mancha, 1968, The Great Escape, special version. In the USSR, they copied the suspension for Zeal 117. The 1973 oil crisis killed demand. V8 guzzled 25 liters per 100 kilometers. Production ended in 1972, but Pullman Guard continued to 1981, 184 units total. Chapter 5. Legacy and Market Today. From Barn to Million-Dollar Auction. After 1981, the Grosser faded. Many rusted in garages in Africa and the Middle East. Restoration is an art. Engine disassembled into 1,000 parts. Airmatic calibrated by laser. Today's prices? Standard sedan, $150,000 to $300,000. Pullman, $500,000 to $1 million. Armored Guard, up to $2.5 million. Records. At Pebble Beach 2018, a black Pullman sold for $1.825 million. Collectors. Jay Leno owns 3 restored Lennons, now in Mercedes Museum. Clubs like Mercedes-Benz Club America hold Grosser rallies. In pop culture, video games, Forza Horizon. Films, The Red Baron. Ecology, conversions to electric, Stark Automotive. In Russia, oligarch collections restored in Moscow suburbs. Tech for enthusiasts. Weak spots. Airmatic rubber, replace every 10 years. Electronics, relay corrosion. Tuning. AMG offered 7-liter V8, 408 horsepower, for shakes. Facts. Highest mileage, 1.2 million kilometers, Swiss taxi. Fastest, 220 kilometers per hour, auto build 1964 tests. Chapter 6. Why the Grocer is an eternal legend. The Mercedes 600 is more than a car. It's an artifact of an era when automobiles symbolized power. It outlived empires, revolutions, crises. From papal blessings to dictatorial parades, the Grocer saw it all. Today, in the age of Tesla and EVs, it reminds us of when engineering was art. If you're a collector, seek a car with history. It's an investment in eternity. The Grocer doesn't die. It awaits its next king.